What's up out there, world? John J, a determined black man. Yeah, I know I'm looking crazy. Just got my little exercise class. But I just had another fresh thought. This world is really not set up for the righteous. That's why we had to work 10 times, 20 times, sometimes 100 times harder to get by. When you do right and you try to make peace with your past, people gonna always try to bring your past up to try to balance out your future. But the thing is, those people are not the one that's granting me life so that I can go about life and create a future. Just as though those that try to determine my future by my past, they were not there for me during my past. So if you weren't there to help me go through my struggles with who I am and to identify who I am, then you really can't give me an accurate description of who you think that I am. Only I could do that. God and those that have been extremely close to me. And to be honest with you, in my life, I've never allowed many people to get close to me. I might deal with a lot of people because I'm a friendly but not so friendly guy. If any of y'all get that. I like to laugh. I like to joke. I like to play with the kids. I like to have fun. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to be the life of the family. But as far as life of the party, going out, got to do crazy stuff and jumping off the buildings and stuff. Maybe when I was a teenager or my early 20s. Now, I might jump out the car and take off running down the street. But it's only because I felt good that day and I just felt like running. You know, and not too many people are going to understand that part of my life either. But that's just who I am. So if you get offended by that, then you just really don't like me anyway. But what I'm really thinking about right now is the fact that you could try your very darndest these days to show appreciation and gratitude for people that you respect, you look up to. Maybe it's your mate, maybe it's your boss, maybe it's just a friend of yours that's making boss moves, you know. But when those people disregard your feelings, when those people disregard who you are and the position that you're in, only because they can't feel the wrath of what you're are forbidden with, or I don't like to use the term forbidden, but we can use that for a lack of better words. But when they're not faced with the oppositions that you are faced with and all the obstacles that you have to go through just to maintain, just to live, just to stay sane, just to keep your eyes open. If they not faced with that, then it's hard for me to respect them whenever they pass judgment on me, or whenever they block me from my blessings, whenever they step in the way to keep you from getting the blessings that you deserve or that God have lined up for you. Because we are all blessed, and any blessings that we get really are non-deserving, because at the end of the day, none of us really deserve anything. And you know, that's clearly explained throughout the Bible and in any walk of life. When you really come clear and understand life itself, we blessed with so many things. How can you ask for anything, you know, and feel that you deserve it? It's okay to ask for it, but I'm saying for you to say, I deserve this, now you could demand it and stand on it. You know what I'm saying? God, I feel like this is mine. I claim this. That's different. But when you start, I deserve this. I've been out here struggling all my life. I deserve a free shot. I deserve $1 million. I deserve. No, it don't work like that. But I feel like a lot of people out here, they really ain't putting in the effort to obtain things. They feel more entitled to things than people that's actually out here working, actually out here sweating, actually out here having to get it out the mud, you know, really going through the struggles of life just to maintain. Those are the people that people should cater a little more to. You know, those are the people that people should be more considerate of, you know, because if you're here already, and I don't know what it took for you to get there. So sometimes people have to go through a lot before they get where they are. And so therefore they want everybody else to go through that same, they want them to go through that same wilderness before they would feel any type of pity or any type of sorrow, any type of consideration for that person. But if you're here and I'm here, the last thing I need you to do is to take a crap. Because you take a crap from here and I'm here, then that means you crapping on me. You know? I use that analogy just to say that a lot of time people get here, forget the people here, get their belly full, and when it come time, they just take a crap. They don't mind, they don't bother to slide off to the side, one side or another. They gonna get right here, you're gonna be right here holding them up, and they gonna take a crap on you. I can't have respect for that type of person. I could be cordial. I could try to operate around you, you know, and try to avoid any type of confrontation or contact with you. But to be honest with you, to have that ultimate respect, I'm not gonna have that. Same token, I look at with these young ladies out here, demanding men to be like men. And I agree. You know what I'm saying? It should, you know, it's time to stop playing. It ain't no time to be playing right now. You know, disease running rapid. You got people out here setting you up, you know, pulling all type of stunts. You got kids that's growing up fatherless and motherless. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to restructure our homes. It's time for the men to be men and women to be women. But I say that to say, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of us falling short, including myself. But I'm striving, man. I promise you, by every means necessary, I try to stay focused on what's right and doing what I need to do to get myself in a better position so I can make it through, so I can be able to help somebody else. But exclusively, I want to be able to help my kids and do better and do more for them. So that's my goal. But when you with someone, let's just say you got a mate, or you got somebody that you're interested in, somebody that you've been dating. And a lot of time y'all get dating mixed up with screwing. You don't have to be screwing nobody to be dating them. The old people used to call it courting. That means y'all go out for dinner dates. No sex involved. Y'all go out for dinner dates. Y'all might go out for a movie. Y'all might go out for a drink or whatever floats your boat. No sex involved. But throughout the process of that date, throughout the process of that time y'all spending, y'all getting to know one another better. Y'all are courting. Y'all going through the courtship. You know, it's just like being in court. You're basically on trial. It's a trial area. It's a trial error. It's not a time to jump straight into sexual activity, because we all know that with sex, things, you know, when you start being intimate, it takes it to another level. So if y'all are not already equal here, then once you get to that next level and things haven't already coincided here, then it's gonna be a lot of friction. Once you get to the top and you know, on this level here, we not connected, and we get here, it's gonna be like two platonic plates shifting, and once they shift, it's gonna create and it's gonna be just like an earthquake. It's gonna be just like an earthquake. Some stuff gonna get shook up real bad. So first challenge is to court. The first challenge is to get on the courtship portion. Get on the same page with one another. You know, figure out if this is the person that you're willing to spend the rest of your life with. You know, if y'all can tolerate each other's differences, and if y'all can manage one another's likeness. Because a lot of times people that are very much similar, they can't manage one another because they're so similar in characteristics that it's like it's almost an oversaturation of it. It's like you almost get sick of seeing yourself, or you get sick of hearing yourself. This person is basically a emulation of you. And, you know, to some degrees, that's a good thing. But to other degrees, that can be a bad thing. You know, and that's why the old opposite attract thing comes into play. Because when you got opposites, it's a lot of stuff that you can share with one another. It's a lot of stuff that you all can discover together. You know what I'm saying? If I'm already knowing that I'm an outdoor person and you're an indoor person, I can introduce you to all the outdoor wild. I can introduce you to all the outdoor sports. I can introduce you to all, you know, I could just bring you outside, period. And it's a whole new world. And it worked the same for the indoor person. You know what I'm saying? If you're a person that's always outside, always on the go, but then you have a person that's willing to sit at home and relax on their couch and just tend their own business, make sure they got everything taken care of on the home front, they ain't worried about all the stuff that's going on the inside, it's going to calm you down. It's going to help you to pace your life and slow down, you know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody need to be going at a rapid speed. They always told me the faster you live, the faster you die. And I know it may be an exception to that because I'm pretty sure somebody out there that's been living fast for 95 years. And y'all gonna say, well, what about my uncle Cuckoo Doo-Doo? Well, I mean, it's always an exception to every rule. So don't never set this inside of concrete and steel. Just know. But when I speak, like I always tell you, I speak for the masses. I speak for the mass majority. And for the mass majority, that's how it's gonna happen. No, I'm not a certified counselor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I just know what I know through life experiences, being observant, paying attention. And, you know, people will hate you for that too. People will hate you just because you know, and that you got, you know, they feel like you got an upper hand on them. You know, and they'll hate the fact that you know and that you can read things before it happens. You can read people when they lying to you or they trying to play you. You know, and they'll be offended by it. And you can tell. Like I say, all you got to do is continue to pay attention. But back to the subject at hand. Women, if you want a good man, if you want a man, you looking for a husband, right? Because that's what you should be looking for. I mean, be boyfriends. If you 25 or better, you a girlfriend, you know, a boyfriend, you know, if you just really been on reserve, or if you've been through a bad breakup, then yeah, maybe I can see 27. But once you start nearing 28, it's time for you to start putting away those childish behaviors. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's okay to play sometime. It's okay to have fun. Enjoy life. I ain't telling you to go be a hermit or nothing like that. But it's just certain things that women need to do that pertain to women, and certain things men need to do that pertain to men. And at the end, we gonna win. Otherwise, we gonna lose. Because you got one person that's determined to win and another person that ain't saying they want to lose, but they ain't showing you or displaying that they want to win, then you're going to kill the whole morale of this teamship. You're going to kill it. And it's just going to drag the one down that's trying to win. And overall, we're not going to win. We're not going to be successful. A real man like myself, I'm really simple though. I mean, I know a lot of people probably think it's complex the way I think, but really, to be honest with you, I'm really simple though, because I prefer a natural woman. I prefer a woman that's natural. And when I say natural, I mean like hair natural. I don't like a lot of makeup. I don't care for no weave. I don't care for no booty pads, no eyelashes, you know, and that's appearance wise. Mentally, a man wants to be challenged. And this is the greatest part of beauty itself, is when it comes from within. So many times we get caught up looking at the outside picture, and man, you'll get twisted all up, because there's some twisted people out here that think just because they looking good that it's all good. I'm here to tell you that beauty is only skin deep, but true beauty goes beyond the skin. See, a lot of us are looking for skin beauty rather than you know, when a man seeks a wife, he looks for a soulmate. So she has to have a beautiful soul. And when you find a beautiful soul, when you find someone that makes you feel energetic, a person that gives you energy, a person that makes you feel like a king if you're a king, a person that gives you the acknowledgement when you're doing right, corrects you when you're doing wrong, a person that is not afraid to go out on a limb and take a chance with you, a person that has your back, a person that respects your mind. If I got a woman that I call my queen, I'm her king. I tell her it's a certain situation, it's certain actions that she's been accustomed to throughout her life. But now that she's been introduced to her king or her husband, that it's just not pertaining. It's not becoming of a young lady. It's not becoming of a young queen. If we sit down, we can both sit down and really come to some type of conclusion to understand this to be, unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Then it's nothing more or less that you should do then to compromise. Find a medium. And if it's just dead unnecessary, then drop it. But nowadays you have so many alter egos and so many women and men out here that's trying to prove points to themselves and to other people around them that they lose sight on the very person that they say they love or that they willing to be with for the rest of their life. But they not understanding that with that comes sacrifice. Sacrifice. That's why I said that it's better to be obedient than sacrifice. If you could just listen to the person, if the man's saying, here you are making statuses, here you are telling people, giving off subliminal imagery and messages that you are seeking a king, seeking a husband, seeking a man. You want a man in your life, a real man, a stand-up guy that do right by himself, his kids, and trying to get his life on track. Because it's not a perfect man out there. It's not a perfect woman out there. Everybody going to come with some flaws, whether they come disclosed or indisclosed. Somebody, there's somebody out there for everybody. But just know, you're never going to meet the person that you feel like you actually deserve. It's probably because you haven't worked out the kinks in your life as much as you think that you have. And you're probably not as perfect as you think that you are. So until you really can really come to some type of head with who you are, until you actually get yourself together, then it's always going to be a problem anyway. When you out here and you're trying to set yourself up for that, when you're trying to set yourself up to be somebody's wife. But always remember, with that being said, that compromising is what promotes longevity in a relationship, whether it be with a wife, a husband, a friend, in a friendship, the different associations you may have and relationships you may have, your bestie and all this and that. Just know that it comes with sacrifices. It comes with sacrifices and compromising. When you compromise, I know y'all already know what it means to compromise, but it means sometimes you got to peel away from those things that you feel like you just got to do because they make you happy. It's okay for y'all to be strong-minded, but I think a lot of y'all done taken that way too far out of context. Because it's okay to be strong-minded, but when you got a man in your life, when you got somebody in your life that stand up and trying to do the right thing, not the perfect guy, because that perfect guy is probably fraudulent. But when you got somebody that has made life's mistakes, can fess up to their life mistakes, and trying to move forward and get past those life mistakes without continuing to go down that path and continue to make those same mistakes, then you honor that. You respect that. And when that man is coming to you in that angle and he's coming at you and he's saying, well, baby, look, I don't like you sharing yourself with the world. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it's appropriate for my wife to feel the need to upload 5-10 pictures a day to social media, because I feel like it's inviting the devil into my home. This is a God-fearing man, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like it's no man that can be righteous by his family, his queen, his prince and princess. I don't feel like he can be righteous by them without God in his heart, without God in his mind, without God controlling his soul. So let's get that part straight first. So this God-fearing man that's wanting to be the man of his house, because I know a lot of y'all got a problem with men being in control. But do you not understand that that's basically the position that God has given him? But y'all want so many equal rights and all this and that y'all done forgot. And now I ain't saying a man's supposed to be able to put a steering wheel in your back and drive you. No. He still got to respect you. And it works both ways. It's a twofold effort. It takes both parties. The man got to respect the woman just as well as the woman respects the man. But what I'm saying, and I'm saying this loud, I'm saying it clear, because I see this more and more and more and more, are a lot of, I like to say, pig-headed women, because it's not strong-headed and it's not level-headed, because a level-headed person is able to rationalize with other people. And being strong don't mean that you don't have weaknesses. It just means that you're strong in other areas that you're not weak. But when you have pig-headed people, they tend to think that they're not weak at all. And they primarily focus on the physical, whether it be physical strength, oh, I'm strong, or it be physical looks, appearances, oh, he fine, she look good. And you rarely hear them mention anything to do with the mind, the most powerful tool on the world, the most powerful tool on earth. All this stuff you see around you, it took somebody's mind. It took a bunch of minds. It took minds, though. And they actually created things that you probably couldn't even fathom. You like, oh, but it didn't just happen. It didn't just appear in front of you. You know, this building, it just gets erected in front of you. Just, you blink your eye and then voila. No, it took a mind. It took somebody to architecture to design the building. It took laborers to come out here and actually perform the duty of forming the foundation and the plumbing and the electricity and the structure, the roofing. It all took a mind. So with that being said, respect the mind of the head. The man's supposed to be the head of the household. If y'all really want to live by the law, if y'all really want to be married and happy and all this stuff, you know, y'all post a lot of pictures and dream vacations and everybody just looking, I'm just looking for my king, I'm just looking for my queen. Look at yourself. See, when I told myself I wanted a queen, I put myself in a position and I try to let that particular person, that individual, know my intentions. No, I haven't been perfect. No, I've made many mistakes throughout the course of that relationship. But one thing remains the same. I haven't given up. And I'm going to continue to strive towards perfection. Though I know that that's something that I could never actually obtain in my hands. I can never say that I'm perfect. Because even when you're thinking that you're near perfection, you're going to find a flaw. That's if you're a righteous person. You know what I'm saying? Because being righteous means you got to be right with yourself first. And so I'm going to make sure I'm together mentally, physically. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't always got to be financially that the man got to be rich to take on a woman and a family. But just secure enough to know that he going out here busting his back and doing what he got to do is not being done in vain. That gives a man strength right there. For a man to know that what he's doing is being appreciated, I know a lot of women going to say, well, I go to work too. And I had to bust my butt and I flip burgers and I do this and I do that. Well, I had to deal with all type of people, patients and all, you know, all different type of attitude when I answer the phone. You know, I know. And I'm not making no excuses for that because I know women go through their struggles as well. But what I'm not trying to do is give you an excuse to overrule a man just simply by the fact that, you know, you got a job, he got a job. Because these days it takes 2 and sometimes 3 and 4. Both of y'all might have to get 2 jobs. Now, I think that's going a little bit far, you know what I'm saying? I think you gotta manage your time a little more wisely than that because you gotta spend some time with the family to maintain the family also. Because time is, you know, quality time is essential. But if a man feel like he being met halfway, if he feel like that what he's doing is not in vain, if he's doing something with a sense of accomplishment, then that gives that man that much urgency to continue on and to get on up the next day and the next day and the next day and to keep fighting, to have something, to keep fighting, to try to make something. But if y'all women out here can't respect a man enough to do something simple, like stay the hell off social media so much. Stop feeding into social media all the time. Like, it's okay to go on there and read people's stories and stuff. I mean, if that's what you want to do, it's okay. I do it too. But what I refuse to do is overindulge myself in it. I refuse to plaster my face on there, you know, sharing pictures all day, every day. Like I don't even want y'all to get that accustomed to seeing me. Because I know one thing, if I do that, then it's probably never gonna become a time that I become relevant, really, because people be oversaturated. I mean, even celebrities know not to overflood the market with their pictures and their videos and their activities, because if people, it's okay to market if you're in the business, if you're trying to promote a business. That's why I say a lot of y'all young ladies be on here, especially y'all that's with all this. You gotta have your leg twisted and turned a certain way, and your leg picked up so you can push your booty out and make your booty look bigger. Y'all be campaigning. And I mean, I ain't trying to make all y'all sound like y'all some W's, promiscuous women. And in my book, they don't always make you a promiscuous woman or a promiscuous man. When I say the W word, sometimes it's just the way that you are perceived. See, it's a lot of y'all that ain't like that. I know it. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all ain't really out here like that, giving yourself away like that. But when I see you, you give me that impression. And so I can't be led to believe that nothing else other than I know it's a lot of people that's going to gun at you. Because there's a lot of guys out here don't care to try to correct you when you're wrong like that. Because you're wrong. You're putting yourself out there on the bidding block. And it's a lot of guys that ain't gonna say nothing. They're just gonna make a bid. And you might be strong. You might not be the type to give in so easy. But why put yourself in that position? Why if I'm a big old piece of steak, would I go lay off in a lion's den and expect the lions not to put their chops on me? You see what I'm saying? And even if they let me make it, I'm still a fool for even tempting them. I'm still a fool for even giving them the temptation. Because as a woman, the only man that you should try to impress his eyes is your man. And it's the same way for the fellas. The only woman you should have eyes for, and I mean, when I say eyes for, I don't mean that you blind, you can't see that it's another woman that's fine or whatever. But the finest woman in your life, the woman that should mean the most to you, if you have a queen, is your queen. That's it. So let's just take a moment to take that in, digest it, and then let's put it out there into the atmosphere. Everybody take a moment, take it in, and then put that out there into the atmosphere. Let's learn how to love, respect, and compromise. Compromise. It's the only way you're going to succeed in any type of relationship, courtship, friendship. Comes with compromising, because there are no two individuals that are identically alike. Even identical twins, they're still going to have some type of characteristics that differ from their twin, and they identify by those characteristics. I mean, you got two people that look identically alike, but people around them know exactly who they are. How do you think that's so? It ain't always because she got a mole or something like that. A lot of times because of their behavior, their characteristics, is something that they do that's just a little different. That where a person that knows them, they know. So let's just all take that in. I ain't trying to always be the one that's preaching and stuff like that. I want to see black people learn to love one another. I want to see black families growing and having things. That's what's special to me. And I know it starts with the compromise and the respect. Because it's such a misfortune to see a beautiful black woman out here that feels the need to render herself to everybody in the world, but never surrender herself to the king. First of all, surrender yourself to God. And I ain't saying when I say surrender, I mean, but it does speak, the Bible even speaks of submission. But it tells husbands to submit to their wives as well. So like I said before, it's a two-part effort. Don't never get that twisted. A lot of y'all gonna try to use this stuff to your advantage one way or another, but it works for both of us now. I'm just showing you what I see more of. I see more females throwing themselves out there. I see a lot of guys using social media with the false propaganda and trying to make themselves look better or bigger than what they really are, with all the pictures of what they bought their kids, and making all these different posts about really trying to badmouth other men and stuff like that. But instead, just focus on you, and let's get ourselves together individually, and then when we put all that together, it's gonna be like, wow. And you be like, wow, I can't believe I missed all this part of life out here playing around and stuff. Because it ain't no time to play. Like I said before, it's time to get serious. I'm gonna determine